Have you ever assumed that celebrities are only good at one thing, singing, acting, or striking a pose on the red carpet? The truth is, that's just the tip of the iceberg. When the lights go off, the red carpet is rolled away, and the cameras stop rolling, that's when the most unexpected and genuine sides of these stars begin to reveal themselves. An award-winning actor might also be a world-class archer. A pop singer could solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. A TV icon might identify rare woods by scent alone. These hidden talents weren't developed for applause. They were cultivated in silence, out of passion, and as a way to stay grounded. This video isn't just a quirky list of surprises. It's a journey into the unseen layers of fame, where each personality shines in a way no one ever expected. Do you think one of Hollywood's most handsome stars used to perform martial arts before acting? Picture Taylor Lautner in a sleek suit on a talk show stage, suddenly launching into a flawless backflip that sends the audience into cheers. It's not a scene from an action movie. That's him, real, raw, using his body to tell a childhood story rooted in discipline and hidden pain. There was a day during practice when he misstepped, dislocated his ankle, and sat alone in the locker room crying in silence. But he pushed through, wiped away the tears, and came back out like nothing happened. That backflip you saw wasn't just a move. It was a quiet testament to years of invisible struggle. Then comes Camila Cabello, the radiant pop star with a voice like honey and eyes that speak. But behind the sweet demeanor hides a talent so bizarre it's almost surreal. In the middle of an interview, she casually opens her mouth and folds her tongue into the shape of a fortune cookie. Not everyone can do that. Some say it looks like a clover, others laugh in disbelief, unsure if it's real or a trick. But it's not the tongue that stuns us. It's her eyes, the calm confidence that silently declares, "I'm different, and I'm proud." What about you? If you had something odd about yourself, would you dare show the world? Camila once said that back in her Fifth Harmony days, she used to fear being judged for standing out. But after going solo, she embraced her full self, even the weird parts, and that's what made her unforgettable. Not the poised figure on the runway, not the powerful poses in front of the lens, but the girl who lets out a bird call so realistic it silences the room. Then comes laughter, but it's not mockery, it's warmth. In that whistle lies the soul of a girl who still finds joy in small, silly things. Kendall, surrounded by the stiff world of fashion, holds on to a slice of childhood like birdsong in morning light. Have you ever seen a star so emotionally human? Few know that Kendall has often felt out of place in an industry where every step is measured. So when asked about her hidden talent, she chose something so unexpected, so pure. It wasn't for show. It was her quiet rebellion. On the set of Suicide Squad, she wasn't just Harley Quinn. She became the unofficial tattoo artist for the crew. With a tiny tattoo gun, she etched a smiley face with X eyes onto a colleague's toe. Funny and tender all at once. But what stays in our minds isn't the ink. It's the way her hand trembled as she held the needle for the first time. Brave yet fragile. Margot carries both recklessness and sensitivity in every breath. If you've ever done something wild just to make someone laugh, you'll understand her. Many think Margot is the reckless type, loud and fearless. But in interviews, she's confessed to being constantly anxious, and holding that tattoo gun made her feel exposed in a way no film role ever did. In a Vogue interview, when asked about her hidden talent, she calmly admitted she could detect dental issues by scent alone. Strange? Maybe. But the truth in her tone was undeniable. What stood out wasn't the sense itself. It was her honesty. No mask, no joke, just the bizarre truth told with ease. Kim, once the icon of artificial beauty, turns out to be the most startlingly real of all. A paradox that makes us stop and think. Some laughed, called it a PR stunt, but Kim didn't flinch. "Everyone I've guessed correctly about has confirmed it," she said calmly. And in that moment, behind the brand, stood a woman unafraid to be exactly who she is. Enjoyed this journey? A like and subscribe go a long way. Angelina Jolie, the woman once known for her seductive, powerful screen presence, hides a passion few would expect. Butterfly knives. Not props, not stunts, but a real razor-sharp skill that borders on the hypnotic. During a televised interview, the host handed her a butterfly knife as a joke. Jolie didn't hesitate. With a subtle smile, she took the knife, and in a moment, her hand danced with the blade. It opened and flipped with flawless precision, as though it were part of her body. This wasn't for show. It was the silent expression of a girl who once fought to control a chaotic world with something cold, sharp, and precise. She has collected knives like others collect memories. Each blade a scar of time, a quiet hurt made tangible. Once she revealed that training with knives gave her a sense of being alive, of being able to defend herself when everything else spun out of control. To some, it may seem odd, but for Jolie, it's a core piece of what made her the fierce, revered woman the world knows today. Geena Davis, the actress who once captured hearts with her elegance and brilliance, holds a hidden skill that stunned the world: archery. Not just for film. Geena is a serious archer who nearly made the U.S. Olympic team. When she draws her bow, everything about her becomes a picture of precision and strength. The arrow flies like lightning, landing dead center on the target as the room holds its breath. Even more impressive, she didn't pick up archery until her 30s, an age when most would settle down. She launched into a new discipline with fierce dedication. She trained every day, even while on set. In an interview, she shared how archery helped her regain emotional balance after intense roles, like a form of silent meditation. When the arrow leaves the string, she says, it carries away all tension. That perseverance propelled her into the top 300 archers in America in just 2 years. An unheard-of feat for someone who once didn't even know how to hold a bow. Geena's real talent? Daring to begin, no matter when. Nick Offerman, the rugged, witty man known from television, turns out to be a refined woodworker with an uncanny sense of smell. On one show, Blindfolded, Nick was asked to identify different types of wood by scent alone, and he stunned the audience by correctly naming each one: pine, black walnut, cedar. It seemed impossible, but to Nick, this was home turf. A world where every grain of wood has its own scent, its own music. "I love wood because it's quiet, honest, and never in a hurry," he once said. In his workshop, he spends hours running his hands across textures, learning the personality and history of each piece before crafting it into something new. He even shared that some types of wood instantly bring back childhood memories, a room, a toy, a moment with his father. To Nick, wood is more than material. It's memory, it's connection between the outer world and an inner space that few ever touch. Keira Knightley, the classic lady among modern stars, has an unexpectedly quirky talent, making music with her teeth. When asked on a talk show to share a hidden talent, Keira smiled shyly and began tapping out the rhythm of Cher's Believe, using only her front teeth. The rhythm was perfect, the charm undeniable. The studio burst into laughter, not mockery, but delight at her authentic self. Keira said she learned this odd skill back in school, and it helps her relieve stress before shooting scenes. It's her tiny therapy, a reminder that she doesn't have to be perfect, just genuine and joyful. In an industry built on polish, sometimes it's the small, silly things that make someone unforgettable. Behind every star is a hidden story. Hit subscribe to uncover them with us. Christina Hendricks, one of television's most nostalgic feminine icons, surprised her peers by singing in French and playing the accordion at a private gathering. At first, she hesitated, shy, unsure, but when handed the accordion, she sat down quietly, and her fingers began pressing the worn keys. The music drifted out, slow, raw, like something from an old film. Christina didn't try to impress. Her humility, softness, and vintage grace captivated everyone. I play this because it feels like me, slow, sad, and a little lost, but honest, she once said. To her, music is a way to return to herself, to feel the quiet sorrows we often bury beneath the blinding lights of the entertainment world. Justin Bieber, once the rebellious pop icon, holds a surprising talent far from music, solving Rubik's cubes with blazing speed. During a live interview, the host handed him a scrambled cube. Justin took it calmly, eyes scanning each turn, fingers moving with machine-like precision. Within seconds, the colors aligned. A flawless, completed cube. The crowd gasped. The host clapped like they had just witnessed magic. But it wasn't magic. It was spatial intelligence, muscle memory, and hours of practice from a boy who grew up too fast under the spotlight. To Justin, Rubik's cubes are a way to mute the world and focus purely on logic and movement. A mental refuge from stage lights and swirling headlines, he once said, "Some days I don't write or sing, I just want silence and a cube. Because inside this puzzle, no one judges, no one shouts, only colors and peace I can hold in my hands." Adele, known for her soul-shattering ballads, revealed a wildly different side. Lightning-fast rap delivery. In a viral carpool karaoke episode, as Nicki Minaj's song came on, Adele shifted from gentle to explosive, rapping every word with clarity and charisma. Her rhythm was spot on, her energy infectious. Viewers were stunned. Who would guess the Queen of Heartbreak could master a complex rap verse? But for Adele, this wasn't mimicry. It was release, a way to show her bold, witty, and powerful side. "I'm not just sadness," she once said. "I'm laughter and fire, too." Fans began calling her Queen of both ballads and bars, the master of both heartbreak and hardcore flow. Adele? She just smiled as if to say, "Don't box me in. I do what makes me feel alive." Steve Martin, the legendary comedian, is best known for films that leave audiences in stitches. But beneath the jokes lies another talent, expert banjo playing. Not just a hobby, Steve has performed with top orchestras, released folk albums, and even won a Grammy for his musical work. On a morning show, he seamlessly mixed banjo riffs with humor, creating a moment where laughter and melody became one. The vibrant, joyful sound of the banjo in his hands reflects his complex spirit, sharp, surprising, and soulful. "Music helps me find rhythm in a chaotic world," he once said. Off-screen, Steve retreats to his porch, strumming softly, lost in notes rather than punchlines. There's no script, no spotlight, just strings, wood, and peace. This is the other Steve Martin, Not the clown, but the craftsman of calm. Christopher Walken, with his haunting gaze and unpredictable roles, shocked fans by revealing he once worked as a lion tamer. No joke, as a teenager, Walken worked in a traveling circus, training a gentle lioness named Sheba. He described the experience with unnerving calm, like it was a normal chapter of anyone's childhood. Sheba was like a big dog. I gave commands, she obeyed, he said with that signature deadpan. This bizarre story only deepened the mystique around Walken, a man who straddles dream and reality. He's not just an actor who recites Shakespeare. He's someone who once locked eyes with a lion and didn't blink. What makes Walken unforgettable isn't just his craft. It's the unlikely life stories that seem torn from fiction. A boy inside the lion's cage. A man forever balancing the eerie and the elegant. Emma Watson, the brilliant, composed Hermione from Harry Potter, holds a hidden power that has nothing to do with spells. She's a certified yoga instructor. Not just dabbling, Emma completed official training and uses yoga as an anchor in her daily life. In rare footage, she's seen moving through poses with grace, breathing steadily, perfectly centered. For her, yoga isn't just fitness. It's a path to reclaim herself in a world filled with pressure. I learned to listen to my body, to find where my mind runs, she once said. She also practices mindfulness and breath work to heal from emotionally taxing roles. Remarkably, Emma even led yoga sessions for her film crew as a gesture of gratitude. For her, yoga isn't a show, it's medicine. When the outside world is loud, yoga is where she finds her silence. Lady Gaga, the queen of eccentricity and boundary-pushing fashion, isn't just known for shock value in music or clothing. She is also a classically trained pianist with remarkable talent. During a French television appearance, Gaga ditched the glitter, theatrics, and costumes and quietly sat beside a grand piano. She played ragtime, a classical jazz genre from the early 20th century, with fingers gliding over the keys in effortless, expressive precision. Viewers couldn't look away. There was no trace of rebellion, only a serious artist channeling deep understanding through every note. Gaga once shared, "I started piano when I was 4. Before I knew who I wanted to be, I already knew that music was how I would survive in this world." Behind her outrageous style lies a deeply classical soul, far more thoughtful than many realize. Daniel Radcliffe, the boy wizard Harry Potter from the childhoods of millions, holds a mind-blowing hidden talent: high-speed rap. On The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, when asked about Alphabet Aerobics, a rapid-fire rap song by Blackalicious, Daniel hesitated briefly and said, "I know the whole thing." And as the beat dropped, the boy who once fought the Dark Lord turned into a full-on rapper with intensity and flair. He nailed every line from A to Z without skipping a beat, while Jimmy flipped giant cue cards to follow along. The crowd erupted. This wasn't a gimmick. It was proof that Daniel refuses to be boxed in by any one role. He can transform and conquer anything he's passionate about. Even a notoriously difficult rap few dare attempt. John C. Reilly, the charming, quirky comedic actor, has a unique passion: artistic roller skating. In a short viral video, John appears at a roller rink, camera in hand, skates on his feet. He glides with a female partner under disco lights that cast dreamy reflections, as if straight from the 1970s. After a smooth spin, John lowers himself nearly to the floor in a stylish dip and throws in a playful shoulder shimmy, that made viewers laugh with delight. Few expected the husky-voiced actor to move so gracefully. Reilly once said, "I learned to skate when I was a kid." It makes me feel free. Like every spin is my little escape from the world. Ed Sheeran, the down-to-earth musician with his guitar, is known for creating the sound of a full band using only himself and a loop pedal. During a live TV performance, Ed shared, "I learned to use the loop pedal through MySpace. Every beat, every sound, it's all one person, but it sounds like a whole band playing." He began by tapping rhythm on his guitar's body, then layering melody, harmony, and effects, each loop stacking on the last. When the foundation was complete, Ed sang, and the audience was transported into a world of music crafted entirely in real time. This wasn't just skill. It was a display of mastery over sound, timing, and emotion. A truly independent artist. No band, no backup, just a pedal, a guitar, and a soul that breathes music. Chris Colfer, best known for portraying Kurt Hummel on Glee, has a voice that once caused him deep insecurity. High-pitched, clear, and often mistaken for girly. On George Lopez's talk show, Chris shared how he was teased as a child for sounding like a girl, something he had no control over. But instead of trying to change, he learned to embrace it, making it a core part of his unique identity. When he landed the role of Kurt, that very voice became his power, giving the character warmth, vulnerability, and fearless authenticity. Chris once recounted seeing a little girl in a princess dress outside a restaurant. He said, "You look so cute," to which the girl bluntly replied, "You sound like a girl." The audience burst into laughter, but Chris just smiled, because now that voice is his trademark. A once mocked trait is now the very thing that makes him unforgettable. A perfect reminder that what makes us different often makes us exceptional. Behind the blinding lights of the stage, behind legendary roles and glamorous red carpets, lies another reality. A world where celebrities return to being simply human. A world filled with silent passions, hidden talents, and moments of striking normalcy. It's these unexpected sides that often make them more extraordinary than we ever imagined. Which hidden talent surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the next incredible stories from the world of Hollywood.